Have you ever wondered why, even under a warm blanket in the arms of the one you love most, you can still feel so lost? There are nights when soft lights fall across the room. She's lying beside you, her breath gentle on your shoulder, yet in that very moment, you feel like the loneliest man in the world. You turn your back, listening to the sound of your own heartbeat, each beat echoing in solitude. It's not the lack of company. It's that between two souls, there's still a chasm that has no name. Sometimes you wish, if only you had the courage to ask out loud, is this all intimacy really is? Or is there something deeper, something sacred, that I keep missing? But you don't say it. You're afraid of being seen as weak, of being laughed at for being too sensitive, too emotional. You brush it aside, telling yourself, a man has to be strong. A man hides his loneliness. A man must always be in control. But when night falls, the silence exposes every crack in your soul. You're left alone with yourself. No mask can hide the feeling that you're living in fake closeness, longing for a connection so real, so deep, and yet always out of reach. If you've ever felt this way, welcome. You're in the right place. But listen carefully. If you're looking for tricks to possess someone's body, if you think love is just about positions, skills, and how long you can last in bed, this video is not for you. If all you want is to make her moan more, to be more seductive, to become a sex god without caring for the depth of her soul, you can leave now. This isn't a place to learn cheap tricks or shallow techniques for conquering a body. This is a space for those who crave truth, for men who dare to face the emptiness in their souls, who admit they're not perfect, who are honest enough to say, I want something more. Do you dare? Do you dare to look within and admit you've been heartbreakingly lonely, even in the arms of the woman you love? You've doubted, feared, and felt like just a stranger in the life of the woman you desire? If not, turn this off. But if you stay, I promise to open before you a world entirely different. A world of real connection, where intimacy is no longer a game of flesh, but a journey of souls. You know, a man's greatest fear isn't failure. It's being forgotten. No one tells you this, but every man is afraid that one day, someone who was once so close, so familiar, will suddenly become just another distant name, a fading memory. Replaced? Forgotten? You're afraid, aren't you? You're afraid you can do everything right and still never reach her sacred space. You're afraid you'll just be a passing figure in her memories, leaving no lasting mark at all. If you don't want to be lost in your most intimate relationships, if you don't want to keep living under the disguise of fake closeness, then don't look away. Every word here is a doorway to the truth you've always avoided. This is your final warning. If you ignore what's about to be revealed, you will forever be a stranger in the life of the woman you love most. Stop everything. Listen, because this may forever change how you see love, how you see yourself, how you understand what it truly means to be an irreplaceable man. There are nights when you lie silently beside the woman you cherish. Everything seems perfect, yet a cold emptiness still lingers over your soul. You laugh, you hug, you kiss, you make love. But when the lights go out, when night falls, you're still alone. Do you realize so many men out there, including you, have felt this way? How many times have you tried to act strong, kept your pain hidden, never dared to speak your tender needs? You've gone on dates, tried to impress, given everything you have just to make her happy, only to hit an invisible wall, a loneliness you can't even name. You wonder why, after trying so hard, it's still not enough? Why between you there's always a haze, an emotional curtain no one can tear through? Maybe you've never spoken it, but I know that's a silent pain, the ache of a soul connection that the body can never fill. You're not alone. I've been there too, gone through relationships that only left me emptier. I tried everything, pleasing, fixing, performing just to be loved. The more I tried, the more lost I became. Until one day I understood, intimacy isn't a skill, it's presence. It isn't conquering, it's surrendering. It isn't control, it's letting go. Now let me ask you something deep, something you may have never dared ask yourself. If you only ever touch her body, but your souls remain apart, can you really call that intimacy? When bodies age, when beauty fades, what will remain? Isn't what you truly yearn for something far beyond flesh, beyond all shallow definitions of closeness? Body ages, but soul yearns. The body will wither, but the soul will always crave something deeper, something eternal. Will you step outside your comfort zone to touch that sacred, fragile thing? Tonight, I'm not talking about technique. I'm talking about Stoic positions, states of presence, ways of being with her that no one has ever taught you. Position 1. The first embrace with your eyes. Silent presence. Picture this. In a quiet room, the light just enough to reveal every gentle feature. You sit facing your woman. No phones, no music, nothing but your breath and hers. You look deeply into her eyes as if nothing else exists in this world. Not searching, not hunting, not waiting for her to reciprocate. Just presence. A silence long enough that you begin to tremble. Two bare souls exposed to each other. For the first time, you really see her. Not the makeup, not the dress, not the emotional walls. Just those raw tremors. Maybe even a tiny fear, a touch of sadness in her eyes. Marcus Aurelius said, "What you think shapes your soul." When you look at her, without judgment, without expectation, without hurry, you give her the feeling of being unconditionally accepted. She may get shy at first. She might ask, "Why are you looking at me like that?" You just smile, say nothing, let the silence linger. Just a minute, and you'll feel it, a new gravity between you. She'll start to trust you. Let her softness show, reveal secrets no one else has heard. You say nothing, but the whole world is listening to a silent symphony. What does that feel like? It's when you stop wanting to control, to lead, to think of what's next. Just being there, listening with your whole heart. And sometimes that single gaze has more power than 1,000 rushed embraces. You plant in her the feeling of safety, the feeling of being truly seen, something many people never experience in their lifetime. Position 2, the still center. Let her come to you. Think back to the last time you lay beside the woman you love. Most men take charge, reach out, grab her hand, whisper or tease to break the silence. But this Stoic position teaches you, stay still, be the mountain in her emotional storm. You lie there, hands still, not trying to control or lead. Let her feel your unmovable state. Slowly she'll come to you, nuzzling closer, resting her head on your shoulder, curling into your chest, maybe even wrapping her arms around you like a child returning home. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your fear of seeming passive, of not being masculine enough, it's just a product of your mind. You'll be surprised. She feels absolute safety in you. She knows that next to a man who isn't in a rush to take, she can be herself. She can rest, let all her defenses go. That silence is the deepest invitation. You don't need to be the pursuer to be the center of her desire. Your doing nothing becomes the very thing she can never forget, never leave. Just once, try keeping that position, stay instead of attack. You'll see the deepest things arise from stillness. Position 3, mirrored touch, sinking breath, sinking souls. This isn't about physical position, it's about connection. You sit behind her, legs wrapped around, both of you looking out, maybe at a window, maybe at the fading twilight. Your hands rest gently on her waist or circle her shoulders. You say nothing, just listen to her breath, her heartbeat, every subtle movement. After a few minutes, you begin to match your breath to hers, slower, deeper, in sync. Something mysterious happens. Her body softens, her shoulders relax, her head leans back against you. Suddenly, two souls touch. No barriers at all. Epictetus said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our view of those things." Sinking your breath, letting go. This is how you discover that true intimacy means releasing control. Letting go of expectations, letting things flow as they will. Maybe then you'll realize, in that moment, you and she are no longer strangers, but two souls truly finding each other. If she can't relax, can't sink, then you know you need more time, more presence. That's when you pause. Don't force, don't rush. Just stay silent and accept all her feelings as part of life. Position 4, the shoulder sanctuary, staying with her darkness. Do you remember the last time someone cried in your arms? Not for any specific reason, not needing an explanation, just needing to be with the darkness, the chaos inside? This Stoic position teaches sometimes a man is most attractive when he does absolutely nothing. You just sit, let her collapse onto your shoulder, let her tears fall, let her storm pass. You don't say it's okay. Don't give advice. Don't urge her to be strong. You let her know. She's allowed to be weak, to fall apart, without fear of judgment. That's a man's greatest strength, the ability to stand firm through every storm, to be the anchor, the safe harbor. She'll always remember, not because you solved the problem, but because you stayed, unafraid of her darkness. This is the highest form of intimacy, when you're no longer two people trying to please each other, but two souls fully present, walking through every shade of emotion together. Position 5, the presence that remains, the silent echo. The final position isn't about the moment you touch someone, but the echo you leave when you're gone. If you've ever truly been present, ever stayed without control, ever accepted every feeling without judgment, then even when you're no longer there, you remain in her mind, a gentle mark that time can't erase. She remembers you, not with longing, not with loss, but with a warm smile, with a peaceful memory that's utterly real. This is intimacy that can't be imitated, can't be performed, needs no technique. Only a heart quiet and honest enough to hold it. Most men are noise. Be the signal. Most men chase. Be the place she returns to. Most men try to possess. Just be present and let her choose to stay. You are the mountain. You are the silent center. You are the anchor. You are not noise. You are the signal. You don't chase, you attract. You don't fix, you're just there. Stillness isn't boring, it's an invisible gravity. Repeat until it's deep in your mind, until you never forget. If you've listened this far, I know you're not searching for surface level things. You want depth, substance, meaningful stillness. Try just one of these Stoic positions tonight. Don't rush, don't act, just be present. If something changes, her breath is different, her eyes linger, or she says something small that moves you deeply, you'll know. This is the beginning of true intimacy, the value of honesty. In the end, these positions teach you to become your truest self. No need to perform, no need to impress. It's your quiet truth, your calm strength that creates unbreakable intimacy. If you're a man who doesn't just want her body, but her soul, if you value stillness, no games, just presence, you are different, and the world needs more men like you.